Now, if you look at here on the cues from this April low at a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, this would try to fit five smaller waves within this one higher degree third. 3 versus 1, it's at 605. We're at 600. So we're like 5 points shy of this 261.8, 3 versus 1. So if that's what I said before, that this zone and this zone, which is the same the 261 point for S&P is a 6,800. The Qs is at 605. So are we so we are what, 66, 64? We haven't even tested the 67 yet. So just we'll see what happens here. You know, I like to put, some sort of a trade to the downside. I much rather do a butterfly, to be honest. Just try to stay theta positive. Instead of doing a vertical spread, it's gonna have a negative theta and you're trying to pick the top. Rather just do kind of like give a little bit of a tilt to the downside. I mean, if the price does manage to kind of go sideways, at least the butterfly is not gonna hurt much, you know? So uh, just taking a directional bet straight down as a vertical, I mean, those are depends you know, how low you want to go, and those are the things. So, I mean, what was where the chart went? To go back here to this one, we just don't have the, see, we just don't have this. I need a damn sell signal here, we're not gonna get it until we have some pressure. I mean, year to date, we're at 13.31. This month, up 3.16%. For the quarter, we're at 7.4%. Month is up, week is up, day was up. Implied volatility is only 15 right now. 5 EMA is at 66.23. We're at 66.64. 50 is at 64. Well, 200 is at 6,000. I mean, that's just right here. This white line is your 200. This one is your 50. I mean, I don't know. It's gonna go straight to 7,000. Who knows? It's just if you look at them like yesterday, this one the guy, an Optima, he posted this. You see right here, the last 4 weeks, S&P is making higher highs, but the stocks right there, they're declining for 4 weeks. It's called advances and declines. This is on a weekly time frame as well. So it's been 1 month now because there's a lot of stocks. They're either flat, they're either down. They're not up with the market. It's just, yeah, there's sectors they are performing, but the thing is like yesterday, NVDA was flat, but Apple managed to pop. Apple goes up, well, market is good, right? You just need either NVIDIA Thursday was a NVIDIA pop, right? Market was up. It's just one of these names, Microsoft, Apple, and NVIDIA. Either one of these stocks can make a 4 or 5 point move. I mean, market is fine for the day because Tesla is up 10, 15 points, or Meta is up 7, 8, 10 points. That really not gonna, um, doesn't really move the market much. But these three names just just gonna push the market up, and that's it. The rest of the stocks gonna follow the same lead. But when you start looking at stocks, they're not every day when I look at the open, it's just like half the session opens lower, you know? So it's not a very good sign, to be honest. You wanna see like here, you wanna see this. These are healthy signs. So when you see a broad rally, see higher bars that matches with the advance. It's the same thing here. See? So you match and see that which week the S&P was rallied, but most of the stock had made, they end up making lows. Well, this one definitely makes sense. Well, you can see it here. It's a pretty steep sell-off, so pretty much everything flushes down. But then from here, if you notice, from here, it's how you get this confirmation of advances and declines. So now for the week, what he did it yesterday as well. There's 275 stocks this week were negative. 226 was positive. So it's mixed. It's not like a 400 stocks are in advance and 100 stocks or 150 stocks are negative. That makes sense. Like, okay, fine. You know what? Yes, we have a much more. There's a lot more stocks that are moving higher, but that's just not the case. It just, yeah, I mean, at the same point, market is definitely stretching to the upside, but they're just moving up only on few names. I can show you so many charts. I mean, we can always look at the individual performance of year to date, which stock is doing what. But it's just when the market opens and when you're starting to look at it, it's like, okay, I mean, I just go back up to the screen and just look it up. I was like, okay, there's like three, four names. I said, like, we don't even have that much weight on our sectors, and but then by the time, I mean, some news gonna break out and this and that, and here NVIDIA's gonna pop and then Apple is gonna move, and all this time Apple was behind AI, this and this. Nobody wants Apple. They hated them, and now they released a new phone, and now the demand is picking up on the new phone, and they notice there's some lines of people are, in stores. And that's it. That's the news, and that's it. Stock is making a move. So Apple over time is always going to be fine. We all know that. You know. So in the end, I mean, Microsoft, NVIDIA, and Apple, they're not going anywhere. Um, this is definitely something to keep an eye on. I mean, yeah, we are selective with what we trade, but it's just not. This is not a very positive, healthy sign for you to stocks are declining and market is making highs. So We'll eventually reset it somewhere. So we'll see what happens. But I have this. I don't think I've ever posted it. I have this thing here. I do this. So this is what that one you looked at them before was the weekly one. This is the daily one. I mean, I could start posting this at the end of the day. So for you to kind of see like how many advances and how many decliners that we had for the day. So this is the S&P breadth. So you can, I think Thinkorswim, you can do it as well there. If you just want to see it on a chart, these are it actually counts all the numbers and stuff, so it's much cleaner and look and kind of by the end of the day when the market closes and okay, well, how the day went. Well, I come right here and look at them. I'm like, okay, well, does it yesterday we had 290 decliners versus 211 and market was up, man, making new highs. So the breadth does kind of work with the swings as well, when the swing turns down, then definitely the breadth will confirm. I have the screen here anyway, so you can I can always make you can make all sort of changes here. This is all breadth that I have in Optima. I can do it with the volume, we can do a cap weighted index and stuff, ARM index. This is want to take out a 1 month, 3 month, 6 month. It just all depends like how you wanted to, what do you wanted to see, and how you wanted to build up the breadth indicator for the S&P, that which is all the 500 stocks. So there's a lot of information that see McLean, this whatever, a lot of people they're talking about this indicator that they think that is one of the most, that predicts the tops and bottoms, I guess, or whatever. I mean, it's all here in the breath. I mean, you can you can make it however you would, whatever you wanted to see. I mean, you can do the money flow. I mean, you can the absolute returns. You want to see how many stocks are above 20, how many stocks are above 50, 100, 200. So you can set this thing up however you want it. But this much of I mean, as a trader, I mean, yeah, these kind of overall market just definitely gives you a bit of a hint, but to to make the case for the next 6 months or 3 months or to 6 months based on surveys and stuff, that's a hard bet. There's nobody. I mean, I know it just like nobody knows where the market is going 3 months from now. Just the fact, So I just don't have. This one's gonna show you. See, just don't have like positive sentiment. It went neutral here for like a day or two. The one this gray area right there, you see, it just turns green. I haven't turned freaking red. It's since here. This is when it was red. When you have a selling pressure. I mean, it will eventually will turn. Here's cues. Here's IWM. There's nothing bearish about the market. You know, market can sell off on Monday and Tuesday for 2 days. That's not gonna change anything. I mean, you just have to look at this way. If you are just scalping and you think like, well, I just want to play a one session, I can make a bet that I can get lucky with a big open to the downside tomorrow if I have ports. If you have that mindset and if you trying to structure a trade according to that, I mean, that's just like a luck of a draw. You just like throwing money on the board, even the fact that that there's nothing bearish about the market, but you just hoping that we just get hit with some sort of a news overnight or before the market opens and we gap down. What are your odds? I mean, what are your chances for that? If you have puts for the few days that you've been taking a beating on, yeah, you might get lucky on a reversal. But how much time that you already wasted? Because what you're doing is basically just fighting the trend. Trend is clearly up anywhere you look at them, right? But at the same time, where do we find weakness? Where is the weakness that we can find? What is the catalyst? Like what sparks the sell-off? You know, we have VIX here as not making new lows. It has a buy signal at 15, has not made a new low. I've been watching this every day. Has not made a new low below 14.12. So we had a bit of a spike above 50 and 200 right there, as you can see. And we kind of backed off, but they've had a huge pin bar. And we just volatility breaks 200, it's gonna rip hard, just like every stock, right? But at the same time, that any spike that is gonna go is gonna this 200 is gonna be a wall. Because for every price when it's gonna come to 50 is gonna become a resistance from 50 to 200. This area is always gonna act as a very strong resistance until it clears it. If it clears it, well, then if volatility will make its way above 200, well, yeah, I mean, definitely price is going to it's going to roll over across the board. It's how long is this thing will stay down and kind of go sideways or whatever the case is, because right now it looks like volatility, they just capped them at that 15 level for a very long time now. It gives you $1 and 2 point move, and then the reverses right back down. So what is your average here? Looking at the chart, just 15 level right there. Every spike comes right back down over and over again. You can see right there, this not making new lows. S&P is making new highs. So there's not definitely a perfect price correlation between these two. So they just kept them at 15. So if you want to put a bet on VIX, well, 18 call is your bet to the upside. This is where you have your 200, the EMA sitting right here. So if the price does go past this, well, yeah, you still make 4 points, give or take 3 points, right? From the current price. And if a steep sell-off triggers in the market, well, that's your reward. Anything above 18. So you've only to make 3 points as long as you can cap the 14. So risk perspective, you risk in one to make three. Is it a good bet to make? I mean, well, can you expect a sell-off in the market or something? Yeah, I mean, structure a spread. I mean, you can do a spread, you can just buy a call and just sit on them. Any move to 18, that's your payout. If you if the if the market clears the 18, well, price is gonna be roll over across the board for sure. That's your volatility hedge if you want to consider it. Dollar yesterday triggered a buy signal here. So last signal triggered here. So dollar went basically it's about the same 96.86. This is 96.84. It's only two pennies up. So you basically went up all the way to 100. So you took this swing down to this. So this is your 50. 200 is at 200 is at 100. So you're looking at what 97 to 100. That's a 3-point move. And then it has to break that because you have to look at this that how much time that the dollar just stayed down, but since it broke the 200 right here, it hasn't tested the 200 yet. And how long it has been now? Since March. And we're going into the end of Q3. Was the dollar is just gonna stay down for the whole year? It's due for some sort of a bounce. So from here, I mean, let's say we make the case of dollar recovery, a dead cat bounce, let's call it. Oh, well, it goes up to 100. So that's your 200 the 200 moving average sitting right there. So what do you think that kind of impact, what kind of impact that will make to the market if dollar moves 3 points? So it's just you have to look at a few things. I mean, I can go back here to the rotation. Forex. I mean, if you're starting to notice here, so they're all starting to form these hooks now. These ones still have a much little better relative strength. Same thing with this Chinese right there. Dollar is trying to catch a bid. The Japanese yen right there. Dollar is gonna move up. All these suckers gonna be like this. Dollar has just insane strength in the forex market. Dominates the world. As weak the dollar is, but dollar has been, if you look at a bigger picture of a dollar, it's just been circling around 95 and 100 for a very long time. Thing is just what they wants to. This is where they wants to keep the dollar. I mean, the overall trend of the dollar is down. Dollar used to be at 120. Even look at here. Used to trade at 164. I remember this on the well, I used to not I didn't trade at that time. I was trading this time right here. That time euro was like almost 150, close to 150, 160. The overall trend of the dollar is down. If you want to look at a longer, that has lost a lot of, you see, but then at the same time, when you look at the last 5 years or so, that has just been range bound. This is a 90 mark here, this floor. I got few spikes right there, but if you um, look at this range, it's been pretty sideways for several years now. See 24, 22, 20, we're going all the way down to 2017, 18. But if you definitely look at a bigger picture of a dollar, I mean, yeah, dollar is definitely down. There's no doubt. So it can move 2, 3, 4 points. That doesn't mean it's gonna change the overall trend. It can make a run back to the upside. This is a clear 5 waves down. So it's sort of due for some sort of a bounce of an ABC. Yeah, I mean, if that buy signal there holds, that would be the case. And then the Forex market, there you can see the currencies are starting to rotating out. Haven't rotated out yet, they're starting to lose momentum. So we'll see. We'll see. Um, what did we did today with this week? What happened now? Wow. America thought JP Morgan Meta employees H1Bs was told to stay put. It's crazy. I mean, like, look, like, I don't, this is all the work that we do, right? I mean, a general chat, like, everybody has different opinions. I understand some are annoying and some of them are like really don't want to pay attention to it, which is fine. I'm not gonna put any hard restrictions on somebody like, hey, you cannot do this, you cannot do. I don't want to be a policeman. We're all adults. Okay, we're not kids. We know what is right, what is wrong, and just as long as like we are respectful to each other, I'm okay with that. This is all weekend talk, which is fun, but these kind of things do impact the market, overall market. Some people I understand don't want to talk about politics and wants to get himself involved in the politics. But with this administration, there's no other choice. You have to. Okay. You just I I see what like every 5 minutes or so he has something to say. Anything he says, there's gonna be some it's gonna affect the market one way or another. Even the fact that he will have five CEOs in the White House, that can boost the stock. And we're seeing it. Okay. I mean, this it is happening. So if it irritates some people about because he doesn't want to read this and that, well, that's your choice. So don't look at them, don't read them. That's the only thing I can say. But like he's taking CEOs somewhere and meeting somewhere. These stocks are making moves. These White House even who knows what exactly is being discussed in the meetings. But that moving, but those headlines, it's just a headline driven guy right there. It's always something, nonstop. Like look over the weekend, like there's like thousands and thousands of tweets about this H-1B visa now. I mean, it's crazy. One-time fee is good. I mean, you doing this for per year, 100,000 per year. I mean, I understand like half the nation here doesn't even want to go to a college. They don't. That's just the fact. Okay, not everybody wants to go to a college. And these companies not gonna hire drop out high school and people who just gonna end up doing high school and they took two courses thinking that they know everything. Education matters, you know? So but some people think like education just a waste of time. Okay, well, you're just if you cannot do it doesn't mean the rest of the world is an idiot. So it just having different opinions and stuff is different, but just calling education a completely useless thing is just I just don't see any reason to even have to say things like this. Yeah, it's expensive, and everything's has a everything you do has a cost, and well, this is a $2,000 software. If I don't have it, how do I see what I see every single day? Think about it for a second. How would I have access if I don't have this? But at the other side, if a person doesn't want to spend $2,000, which is fine, not everybody is willing to do that. But if you can see it, what I show you, you're fine. You don't need to pay for it. You have it in front of you. You can just do a screenshot. You know. So it just, I know, like these these expensive softwares, they have a lot of value. But do you have the time, the courage to sit and learn over the months and years to fully understand, like, like things that you see. And this kind of weekly chart, you can look it up on any. I can we'll pull up on a Motivate a weekly chart, but they're just a blank chart. But you don't have swings on them. These kind of a things like how you can customize a chart and what kind of a extra tools that you can get, things like this, that's just more advanced level. So that's just takes a lot of time, you know. I end up doing this is for us to save time. That's the only reason behind it, because 6.5 hours, 6.5 hour session is just all about finding trades and manage the ones that were have the trades are open. That's it. It's not the time to sit and do charting and stuff. And my charting years are done. I'm done. I'm tired, mentally exhausted, making these charts all the time. I put a lot of time building this. This just they taking all the work, put everything behind, one single chart. That's it. That's all I need. That's all I need to trade. I can look at I can just simply count waves just by looking at the chart. I don't, I don't need motive wave. I just don't. But I have it. It's a lifetime license, not going anywhere. That's why that's why I can never get rid of it. Those tech companies, JPs. Well, there you go. I know there's a lot of companies has hired H-1B visa. As a matter of fact, there's some I wanna, I think I bookmarked this one. Here, this guy posted this H-1B visa by nationality. I don't know how accurate it is, but the resource that he's been using, he's saying that India had a 320,000, China 55,000, Canada 42, Korea 4,000, Philippines 3,500. So that's the whole graph. So the companies now, I mean, has 31,000 likes, 2.5 million reviews. It's just, that's where, I mean, the only country, yes, is India for sure when it comes to the IT. So at the same time now, also now these are employed. I mean, who knows that how many of them are out on vacation right now or somewhere? You don't know. People are all, some of these IT people, they have, they travel back and forth because they have clients overseas in different countries that they need to provide technical support and stuff. There's like teams of people. Like it depends. Like look at Microsoft. Like they have offices everywhere. So I'm pretty sure they have employees that are traveling. Might some left last week as somewhere to a certain company to do some updates and do some training sessions and things like this. There's always people always moving around business, all these business trips and things like this. And well, now half of them probably got stuck. Families, I mean, imagine that. I don't know. I mean, I don't want to judge no one, but imagine the families here, kids are here, you're overseas, now you can't even get back into the to the country. It's just over one signal signature. Look, you have a full weekend mess. $100,000. The only country you can clearly see who's going to get hit hard is India, you know, and the second one is China. These, if we're doing this, that means that most of these jobs now they're gonna be end up start going to either Europe now. Okay, so that's where UK and this is basically you just moving all of these jobs to the European nation now. But these people will end up going over there somewhere working for those companies. I mean, there are skilled, talented people there for sure, but I don't know this. I don't know. I mean, the screening processes and how they hire people and things like this, experience, education, how what do you don't know and things like this. But I'm pretty sure because a lot of the people who working from home after COVID, they end up grabbing multiple jobs and they're just all working from home, you know? So there's a lot of them out there who are doing this because they're like, because it's so easy to scam somebody online or either through chat and things like this. You're working for one company, you can use your wife's social security to get yourself another job. Now you have two jobs and one person doing the work. So those is just I'm pretty sure that there's always some ways around. One person is collecting two paychecks from two different companies. So three jobs they're doing. It's we'll see. I mean, but it's a company headache. Hey, they're the one who's responsible for it. So I'm not gonna sit here and judge whatever. But now, if it's this is what it is, so well, so you hire a guy, pay $100,000. So what are you gonna pay him? You know, so because you're gonna pay $100,000 for him to come to work for you. That's crazy. That's per year. You know, so it's that's rough. Definitely pretty rough. So we'll see what other news is gonna come hit overnight over the weekend and stuff. I looked at them. This pops up on the feed. Now, these are the companies are this the Infosys and this Cognizant. They're huge on this H-1B visa. Yeah, people are digging this thing. Which company Google want for Google CEO is an Indian guy. Tata Consulting 5.3, Meta 4.8. Wow. Oof. That's approved in 2024 though. They don't have the data for 2025. Just new, but these are if you were just either consider, I mean, I don't know how accurate this is, but if you do consider this from last year, how many of these visas that they issued, well, these are, if the numbers were right, they're like in thousands. 3.9, 4.7, 4.8, 5. What is this? Tata whatever. 5.4638. This is heavy. That's the full Indian house right here. Amazon is huge. Well, Amazon company overall is pretty big as well. So yeah, their cloud, AWS, I'm pretty sure that tons of these guys are working. Indians, they're pretty good with IT though. They have knowledge, they're talented people. They know computers, they study it. I mean, they're working. I mean, they're not committing crime. It just they work hard and it just if they can if the company is looking for if that guy can do it for them, yeah, I mean, pay the price and he'll do it for you. So IT is, I mean, if you, I mean, I don't want to, I mean, this Moody this guy is an idiot to be honest. Seriously, why you gotta? It's just these are all the consequences right here because he doesn't want to come and kiss the ring. You know, he would have done this if he were simply comes in here, stays in good terms with him like the rest of the countries and stuff. Yeah, he wouldn't be in this mess because India is on a top list right here with H-1B. That's for sure. Everybody knows that. But he's just trying to be the tough guy. Now he wants to run to China to save me because India is not back in the United States. It's crazy to be. Modi is just not a very smart man. Think about your country. You just want to act tough. Um, what do we have? Anyways, back to this. What do we have open? I didn't really do much to be honest, as you can see it. We've been one been good. What did we do? We have eBay open. Such a dull trade, man. This is a new one that I opened, is moving. TRMB. This is a logistic bidding company. Um, they invested in AI now. Basically, they have a software and the companies that do all the bidding on it, you know? So now they're investing money, they actually flipping the software into an AI. So that will be like, they will technically will do the automatic bidding, you know? So a company puts whatever, I don't know what the software looks like. That's what this company does. So I was reading about it. I mean, it's a good, this is an S&P 500 stock. I mean, the reason why I got interested in this stock is it shows up on a scan. RRG looks good. Got the buy signal, and the chart overall looks pretty good. Had a massive run from from here all the way to the top. So this choppy looking kind of setback, it's a bit of a breather. I mean, it looks like a nice uh, bullish pattern. After a huge run, price taking a bit of a pause, is to see if I don't want to blind you because this color changes, goes bright and dark, and just try to see if we could not care about this, just to so the trade right now, this is the high right there, 87.50. So we're connecting the second high here, and now we're testing this. This is the wall right here. So I mentioned this thing yesterday as well. We're we're approaching a wall. So we need to break to the upside to see if we can take out this high right here of this swing high, which is 83.68. And then from there we can try to make a move back to the upside. So the sentiment right there is starting to turn um, neutral, um, which is fine. Got a nice volume yesterday. Got a new huge bar as well. Because you need this, you need a higher volume bar for a breakout. But we're kind of like a little short on time yesterday anyway, so we would have another day or two to see how it works. So we'll see what happens. So we'll see. We got plenty of time. It's just a matter of the setup for this trade is for this breakout to happen here, and then we can just make our room to the upside. So if we can manage to clear this, should be able to get to at least 85 mark. So that'll be a nice healthy profit if it goes. So stock is pretty strong. It's above 550, 200. RSI is at 66 right now. So I mean, it's a bullish stock. Had a massive run. So trying to buy in a pullback. Um, Dual, this one is good. I opened the trade and then we took that leg down and I cut half of it. I just still have half open. So that was nothing huge. Um so the position, that one is open, and we have Starbucks. The Starbucks, I it's a this one. It has a buy signal here as well, and well, this is definitely under stock is under pressure, as you can see. We're trying to play the bumps, So in order for the market to make is all like to make the move to the upside, well, we don't even have that kind of a ATR anyways to kind of make a case for this 95 to 100 unless it has to fight its life to clear these two, and then we'll look that far So for now is just the rotation looks okay. Can improve a little bit, can improve a little bit more. Um, that 83 right there, we're trying to see. So we kind of poke above this 84, 86 yesterday, and we kind of closed right here. So it's a valid signal. It's a very tight stop loss. As you can see, I even wrote it when I took the trade. I was like, just size the trade right because it's going to have a very tight stop loss right there at the bottom to this previous day. I'm trying to see if we can get to this 86 mark. So the why this area right there is going to show a lot of resistance. So keep that thing in mind. So it has some work to do. Okay. This area right there. See these two lows right here? This is where the swing made a lower high and lower lows. So now the price is trying to come back up. But you have two swings that happened that it had a support here that was broken. And then we spent like almost 5 down days and then we're trying to recover. So this area right there is going to be a strong resistance zone right there. If it clears, that's the move that we can look for. It needs to clear this. So we're gonna watch and see what happens. Okay, so signal is valid. We stay in a trade. I mean, worst case, if this happens, not the end of the world. Okay, so that's Starbucks. Had a bit of a volume yesterday, but it's not a huge mover. Let's put it this way. So it doesn't, but I think it can make its way. It can push. Let's see how the week opens, and then I'll look it up. Should be able to uh, to get up here. So if we just do a measure, I think yeah, that's the measured move. If we take this low, okay, this is the 1 point, second point, third point, a measured move of this swing is at 86. So, so now if we just take this low to this, so put you at 85. So this is, let's see if I can make, so we can just do this. This is the zone. Okay. We can just build this one like this. So that would give us first ABC three swing up a measured move of 100. And then we have the previous swing low. Then we can just draw a line. That will be our first zone. So if we can get here, this has to hold. That's all. We just don't want to. I mean, we can have another down session here. It's okay, but we just need to stay above 81.98. That's it. This is where I have the alert set here as well. I will, if the price doesn't roll over, I'm just gonna cut the trade, and we'll see if we can make a push back here toward this 86 mark. Just need a little strong push. That's all. Um, Meta we closed. That was a good trade. Took it now down in a two portions, 668, took it at 860. Then I took the other one at 925. And then yesterday I cut Amazon. I don't like this trade at all. And I give you a reason yesterday. I mean, we're like approaching now to the end of the month. I was watching Amazon and it has a very strong seasonality for the month, but it's just not playing out at all, you know? Um, right here. I was kind of very sold on seasonality for this month on this stock. I was like, this stock looking like a beast, you know? But looking at the rotation and stuff, uh, I don't want to do this. No, it's day by day. See, it's losing, so it's starting to rotate out. Let's see, yesterday even got more updated. You see, this is just, I don't know. First thing is this. It's sitting too damn close to the benchmark. Okay, that's one sign. It has very, probably like in a first, second decile on by the distance. Um, it just doesn't have much momentum. So that's why I just will watch. If I will end up finding another entry, I'll get back in. But I don't like the overall look. But if I have doubt on my setup, I'm just not gonna be in. That's it. Just get out. We'll find another one. I don't have I don't have any problem. I mean, I can find a lot of trades. It's just a matter of like how many do I want to trade. I have a scanner that you have no idea. Okay, so I mean I don't want to like you can't sit and hand pick stocks. That's a lot of time. You have to go through each name by one. I mean, when you put some hard conditions and then you filter it, I mean, I'm in this stock. Okay, so let's move in. We're in Starbucks. It's starting to look good. That's the breakout that I just explained they're looking for. eBay is moving. Got an upgrade yesterday. Okay, and this one is making a pretty nice move to the upside here as well. So, I mean, this is it for now. I mean, if I'm looking and take this one off, I just want to keep this one what I have open. So anything I close, I take them off. Anything I add, I put it back in. So there's not that many stocks right now has a very good setup right now. It just I've looked at them. Look at this. From 500 stocks, it just like took what, 4 seconds, 5 seconds for the whole scan. It's only three stocks. Think about it. There's only three stocks right now heading northeast. Three stocks in five out of 500. That's why I went a little, I didn't really trade much. It's okay. I have another week to go. But we have risk open. I mean, we gotta worry about this. It just, with the stocks, where is the big, there are, improving heading northeast. This is where you see more of the stuff stock. They are the ones that are actually improving. They got themselves out of the lagging quadrant, and now you see these scans, how much time do you save? This is a list of stocks. It has Trade Desk, SBA. I kind of like the setup. I'm going to go long this one next week. Palantir, NVDA, Microsoft, Meta, Jabil, whatever, Hormel, whatever. There's a ton, lot of energy stock. John Deere, Dell. I missed that one. I definitely missed out on that trade. Dell is improving. AMD is another setup I want to talk about. It's starting to improve. Adobe. Adobe is looking good. Adobe has a weekly buy signal and it has a daily buy signal. So Adobe has starting to move. So I got a leap on them, so I'm gonna let that thing work. It's right here. Doesn't Not in love with the distance compared to the other ones, but these are the ones are showing because they're all were here and they all made his way up um, to the improving quadrant. Now improving quadrant toward the lagging the leading quadrant. So there's some names here. I mean, I traded Meta, right? So we traded that. So long TRMB, this Trimble right now. Okay. So we're long this one. And I'm looking to get myself into this one next week. SBA. It's communication stock. The chart looks good. Um, so what I was Dell, I missed out on that one. I definitely did missed out on this one. I was looking at that and what the heck, right there. It got that breakout as well. It had a buy signal here. Now the sentiment right there turned green. Now I'm gonna have to chase a higher entry and look at all the way down here to 118. So that's huge. We'll see. But this move is would be really nice. Like from like 125 to like 133 or so. This kind of move right here. That would be a nice move. Midell definitely looks good. We're gonna keep an eye on this one as well. They have their whole entire call center, I believe, in India. Every time you're gonna call 1-800-DELL, I guess the phone line connects over there. So yeah, this was now the rotation definitely is improving. That would be but it's okay. It would be a nice kick right there, and it's trying to. Well, it already broke above this line. It's trading about 550, 200. DTR was good. RSI is at 77. Ooh, but a bear engulfing candle yesterday at the daily close. So we'll see if it's set back here to 128 or so. Yeah, just you missed that initial move and then you're hoping for some sort of a setback and then thinking like you can go this way and then it could reverse back down. I mean, 200 is sitting right here, which is at what, 117.36, which is almost near the stop line right there to this low. But it's okay. I got the universe of stocks running here. It's not, there's always going to be another trade. I mean, I have to look at this way. Is I cannot trade everything, and not every trade is going to have my name on it. I try to I try to filter as a chart that I see There are a lot of times that I see some signal triggers, but it doesn't really give me the nice read of the RRG, you know? If I don't have a dead momentum and kind of no alpha, I'm not gonna get myself into that kind of a trade, you know? So rather just to look for a good quality setup and then act, you know? So AMD I want to talk about. AMD had a buy signal, but it got a whipsaw. It's okay. I was watching this. Um, AMD on the RRG looks good. Okay, we're gonna find this right here. Showing a really nice momentum and is gonna have a nice alpha. Okay. So it's looking it's looking really good. Okay. Here. On this screen, we had a buy signal here at 158. 50 MA is right there on a flat line. As you can see that, and we closed right there and yesterday as well. The last 5 days, this the week that I just had, so that's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So that's 5 days. It's just hugging this 50, this action, this for the 1 week that we just had. So the signal is at 158. We're at 157.39. So we're right there. Okay. They ran these stops down to this low, as you can see, and it reversed right back up. So it's still there. Huge volume right there on this bar for that day. Um, this read right there is looking a little choppy for sure. Okay. All this price action here for 2 weeks. So got 3, 4, that's 1 week. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's 2 weeks. So that 2 weeks right there. Okay, that's week one and week two. This stock has been sitting right at this 158 mark. This is exactly where the 50 MA is. See, back and forth. Now, the 200 is here. So the looking at the sentiment right there, it looks negative at the moment. RRG looks good. We have a little choppy kind of signal here. So the swing count, I believe, is a 1-2 as well. No, it's 4-5. So it's in a fourth swing right now to to make a move toward this fifth swing. Now here's the tricky part about this. Look how this market works. You notice that? Let me show you. I'm if you ask me personally, I hate this company. My favorite is Broadcom, as you all know. That's the one I bought them back in April and stuff. Has paid off really, really well. Um, Look, I'm watching this one. Look what's going on for the last 2 weeks. Let me show you the best part. This is the low, right? We need 3 bars for swing to turn up, right? We need 3. We got 2 here. Didn't get the third day. Didn't get the fourth day. Then we got the fifth day. Doesn't count. Pair these three now. And then pair these three now. I had a doji yesterday. So we need to wait 2 more days. So basically Monday and Tuesday. So we need 2 more days. It just it's not giving 3 days of a higher bar. Like when the swing turns down, you see that three down, 1, 2, 3, and then boom. Yeah, as soon as the swing turns direction is when you will see the continuation to the upside. I have a signal here that I made it. Come on, dude. 3 bar swing up here. Will tell you exactly when was the last time right here the swing actually turned. This this is a swing trend direction. Now, if you're gonna notice one thing, it's gonna be a choppy play. I'll tell you this. This is the low, 76.48. Okay. So it made its way up. This the high was first swing here, higher low. You see, it got the just hang on. Oops. Hang on for a sec. Okay. So from the low, so we had a first swing here, that's your higher low. Then we had a swing up, right? You see this 20% from the low is the biggest retracement compared to this, 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 and this. When you have a largest percentage swing to the downside compared to all your previous ones, as the trend direction is going to change. It's due for an ABC pullback now. Keep that thing in mind. So this rotation, that is, price can make a full V reversal. That's going to be a very hard bet to make. Okay. So we'll simply go from 76. I would go as a 1, 2, can do a 3 here, 4, I can do an extended fifth. So you can do this 1, 2, 3, 4, and extended fifth. You have a shorter one with an extended fifth. Okay, which is fine. If this is because this right there, so I saw it right away. First of all, it took 17 days and is a 20% swing to the downside. We don't have any 17-day drawdowns here with such a large percentage swing to the downside. So right now, I'm doing all this. I only look at the blind chart. The swing low right there was 149.34. This low is 149.22. So we had some sort of a double bottom, call it triple bottom here now. Came really close to test this. So our first zone right there to the downside is this. Take this high, this low, and just draw this. If this holds, can just look for some sort of a bounce up to this area right there. That bounce right there will most likely will fail. Okay. unless it makes a full V back. I mean, it's not gonna, if that's gonna be a case, it's gonna has to go crazy. It has to exceed 17 days. Okay. And that 20% plus you have to add the upside to it. Okay. For this thing to rip above 186 mark. So if I have to make a call, I think it's just this gonna bounce somewhere around here. If the RRG that is showing, that will eventually will end up failing from there. So first it needs to turn direction. So, it's just it's fighting for those 3 days. It's not getting it because it took a lot of days down. With a 20% percent 20% drop. So if that is the case, we just focus on this part. So let's get rid of all this. That's the high, we already know. What we can do, we can do a PR here. This. So this case right there, you're making a case for this kind of low to hold. I mean, I can play it. We take the signal from here. As long as we defend this 50 here, I can actually do a 50 here. Okay, here's your 50. Here's your 200. So we can throw a V. Here's your weave up from the highs at 164. Okay, so what else do we need? We got a weave up 50, 200. Swing is down. So what are we trying to do? We got a buy signal. Rotation standard turn. Got a nice alpha. What we're trying to do is we're trying to see if we can get this move. This move. What's the ATR in this? 5.8. So the 5 ATR. It's a 157-ish right now, which is right at that buy signal. So what we need to do is, I mean, we need to see we can get 2 more days to see we can take out this high, 164.61. So this. What we can do, we can draw a green right there. That's what the weave up is sitting as well. So we need to hold this low. So if this low gets taken out, that buy signal is going to be gone. Okay. So if see, we don't even, because the swing has not even been up, so for that way you can do a measured move of a swing like this from this low. If we just don't have that line yet, you know, this line right there is gonna emerge when we're gonna have those 3 bars to the upside. We don't have it. We're not getting it. So just got 2 here, down, and then 3 doesn't count. These 3 doesn't count either. Yesterday was whatever, some sort of a some doji session. Yeah, yesterday was a doji session. That was a doji hit as well. So it's choppy for 2 weeks, because it just took. So the point is this, okay? If we do decide to take a shot at it, what I'm gonna do is we could do 160, 160, 165. That's a 5 ATR. 160, 165. Do 167, 8 sort of. What's the 48? You can do you can do a butterfly. We can do 160, 160, 165. We gotta buy time. Yeah, the trade would be just to get here. Let's try to play this move against this low. So yeah, you're gonna to make a case for a full V reversal from here. I mean, that's a tough bet. You know, the stock moves is for the last 2 weeks is only chopping around in 5 point range, anyways. But this kind of a 20, basically a 18% upside move. Yeah, 18-point upside move. That's not a it's a tough call to make. But for swing trade, you can just kind of consider this move. Weave up it at 165. You can either take 160 or 165. That's what I would just. I need to take this high off, but needs to have a 3 days, three higher bars. We need to turn this swing up first, not down. It's very hard to fight a downswing because you're trying to play the upside, but the direction of the swing is down. You know, it's plus we don't have a sort of a like a candle pattern either. These are pretty good buy signals as well. You see right there, price rally. That's a pretty good hammer right there. This green boxes are gives you a nice read to go long. You wanted to. Yeah, we can even show you where's my bullish this one. We can do a week. See, these are the stocks that are looking pretty damn promising for next week. Do a weekly, change that thing into this. See, these are all, so we can throw, so these are weekly bars. Amgen looks good. A pretty good close at the highs. CD on this stock is way up there. So what are you looking for basically is what this green box, it's a two candle pattern that triggers a buy signal. So the next week you expect for the price to move higher. You know, like this. See it fires here, and the next week you have a higher bar. Fired here, and this week higher bar. So it fired here for this week now. Well, look at the close. So you can expect another higher bar for next week. So these are two candle patterns. This one. These are very simple um, simple signals. But you just like taking them based on a type candles. So yeah, this one. So what you look for is look for the previous green box and then look for the next candle to be higher than the week that we just closed. So you can just change this like this. Like a little bit. So anywhere the green box pops, the next weekly bar will be higher. It pops here. Okay, nothing back here. There's something in this one. I don't know, work day. See this one here, pop here. This one moved up here. That's then the green turns into a bearish candle pattern. Yes, that's choppy. It's very, very choppy right there. Back and forth. Not a clear direction. This one. See, higher bar, higher bar. That's the hammer right there. That one reversed. Inside weak, and then it came down. This doesn't work. Doji, yellow is just a doji. Those are not signals. The signal will pop right there on the green. We can just do this. Oh, we'll see more. No, same thing. Workday, we looked at them. Cisco is a rotation looks good. I don't think I've ever traded Cisco before. It's looking really good as well on oops on on the RG as well. Right there. I know it pops up on a scan. Yeah, rotation looks good. For the next week. Ah, okay, swing is down. Yeah, last 3 weeks it's just been up and sideways. Well, keep an eye on 68.92. It needs 62, 68.92 to make this signal work. Yeah, but look at this high right there. Barely makes it. Anyone have a buy signal here? Oops. There you go. Got a buy signal here as well. Not bad. It actually triggered yesterday. Something to. The stop loss is going to be right here, 66.38. Take the previous day low. Wait. I mean, stock is definitely bullish about 550 and 200. It's a good sign. 15% for the year, flat for the month, flat for the quarter. Yeah, it's been chopping around for the whole quarter. And for the month, I didn't even look. Ooh. There's some sort of a fourth wave for sure. There's something to what? I don't think I've ever I have traded a Cisco before. Yeah, look at that 3 versus 1. Ooh. This is, come on, come back. Okay, so to go down that much. And it looks like some sort of a triangle. It's gonna be a tight one. Something like this, I might take a little small push. Something like this can be possible. And then it goes. This definitely looks like a triangle to me. What's the hang hang on, 66. Okay. 6638 invalidation here. That'll match that signal right there. Yeah, his RG looks good. Got a buy signal. The wave count looks good as a chubby looking triangle. It might be done here, whatever the case. It just, you can make a little short. Don't look for this one. Call the end. Something like this. If this is the case, we take this low, which is the invalidation. Let's do it this way. Because we have built an upside zone. Yeah, that's good enough. So that would be the, we're looking for this move. That's the trade. There's your Cisco chart. That's your upside zone. Okay. So that's your wave count. Got a buy signal, RRG, weekly candlestick pattern. So you got a lot of positive for next week for this stock. They have multiple odds. So it doesn't matter. Okay. Cisco to watch. I look, I can do all this, and I hate myself when the stock pops at the open. You don't even know if stock can open here in one day. And then all the work you do for nothing. It's why when the session is open, when after an hour, when the volume kind of slows down, is this when I start running scans. It's just that's this way you get the updated RRG and you starting to see like what triggered yesterday on the bar, you know? So I start scanning for those. Like I did on this one the other days. You guys know this, what is that? APTS, ASTS. This. I was so ready to get myself into this stock. Um, I made a wave count and it shows up on a scan. That's how I was like, okay, this is some space mobile company and had a huge run. And this is the setback, the pullback right into this 5200. Um, got a huge pop yesterday, 8.83% to this like up like 3.6. But look at the stops now. I mean, I hate to chase such a high move and then you gotta, I just hate it. It's like it has a buy signal. The wave count even looks good. It has upside. This stock is up 113% year to date. It's taken a breather. You can see the stock is down 7.85% for the month. So we still got another week and 3 days to go. So for the whole month, the stock is just literally taking a breather because after making such a huge move for the, it's up so much for the year. But this stock has potential. I don't exactly know their, like, I haven't seen their financials and stuff, like their full business model. But just for the price, for technical point of view, the stock definitely has potential. Looks good. So this kind of a huge move right there for a pullback can easily go to that, the ABC that I talk about all the time, like a classic setups. It can rip. So we'll see. I mean, this is a Friday bar. Yesterday got a big of a pop right there. I think one other guy, I don't know what's his name, Sheng or whatever, comments and stuff. He's long this stock, so good for him. So I'll see. This is why I hate spending my time making wave counters and this and that, and then you don't even know what you're gonna get tomorrow, you know? So that was just my thought was this charting and stuff. I'm done with this. 3 o'clock bell rings. Trust me, I just wanna shut the computer off. I just wanna go take my nap. I don't want to look at anything else. I'll deal with it tomorrow. The day is over. There's nothing you can do. Unless I want to trade futures and stuff. That's a different thing. But other than that, just done. Call the day. There's nothing can be done now. Day is over. Oh, beautiful couch next to me. I love it. Um, what else do we have? Yeah, Cisco is keep an eye on. Let me see. I can add. I'm not gonna. Oh, geez. Should have, why did I click over there? It's gonna pull up this whole shit list now. Hang on for a second. That guy. Also, the guy on Optimus, like, you gotta go a little easy on scripting. It's like you're pulling a lot of data. I was like, I know. It's like I need it because it calculates each stock. We're gonna watch AMD and Cisco. Okay. So I'm gonna put them here. So then Monday we're gonna open. So I would remember. A little bit close, but it's not a very huge. It looks okay. So we're gonna watch. The fours are open, which is fine. We're gonna keep an eye on AMD and Cisco for Monday. So we can rotation wise on I've looked at about. I'm just gonna load up. I've looked at them. So the NASDAQ 100. Come on, push. A lot of data. That's why it calculates every stock, swings, distance, as this scripting is good. You can make it really kind of like little heavy. It's gonna suck your data really bad because it just calculates everything. So it puts a lot of load on the memory, the software itself, and it's not gonna give you the not gonna give you any false read. Nth decile. These are the only four names. Ninth. See, we have AMD. That's why this is the one to and MSTR now. I have Starbucks. That's why I got Starbucks here. It's on the ninth decile. I'm always on a hunt for 9, 10th, 9, 8, 7, and 6. These are the four. Fifth, I'll go. Sometimes depends on a chart. But the top ones that I'm gonna get interested is the bottom six. They're just away from this center point. You know, you don't want to be here. That's what Amazon is. So yeah, one, two. Apple made a move, but rotation is rotating out. Apple making a push higher. Costco is choppy, I know. Emily is like, I think Meta is, what the hell happened? No, it's a VRT. Meta is up there. Meta is going this way. Yeah, these are the ones that, I can't trade 10 different pairs either. It's just, I have to sit and cherry pick to see which one has the right setup. This is ninth or eighth? Nine. So we have Starbucks. I didn't trade this one again. Just 350 is the upside cap for now. Eight. Got T-Mobile, nah, Pepsi, D, and this one took a pretty big beating, I think. ISRG is very weak. Um, let's see, Amgen got a buy signal as well. Got a huge pop yesterday on Amgen. Um, PAYX, no, this starting to show something, but too early. Six, Comcast. Oh, this is the one. It's already going this way. It's gonna take a hit on Monday again on those H-1B visa. Um, Honey is weak. I know. I looked at them. AEP, Electric. This is the one something you can watch. See, like Airbnb is here in the fifth. PayPal, CSGB. Oops, trying to rotate back. NVDA, Exxon, and CEG. CEG made a good move. The guy was asking me about this stock. Yeah, it's trying to move. 3.0 and I am. Yeah, sentiment is positive as well for this whole week. This is looking good, but I'm not paying 333 for it. Who cares? A, B, and B. This is got a buy signal here as well. Testing the 50 MA. 200 at 130. 120. 127. That's a 7-point risk. Yeah, it's got to clear this wall now. This, there's the wall right here. 50 and 200. Yeah, you're not going to break 200 that easily. I hope it kind of pull back on Monday and Tuesday. Can buy this one. Buy some, buy some time and just let this thing work. It's a very, it's a good classic setup as well, for a full measured move. To take the 99.88 low to this high, that's a clear five-way move. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's an A. Then you have this A, B, whatever. You can do W, X, Y, doesn't matter. You can just go with an A, B, C. You can do a 3, 3, and a 3, right? So you can make a W, X, Y. And then from here now, if this low holds, you can make a case here for a diagonal. So 1, you can just count it from here as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, and then 3 down. And now you're looking for this move to the upside. So if you take a measured move from the low of 99, where you have 5, 3, look for another 5, 161 upside. You know? But that's the wall right there. So the previous signals, 121, 129 failed, 8 point, 132, 136, 127, 139, 110, 134. So you see that range here is a 2.64 ATR, a very low. Yesterday, $1.57. Yeah, we're not looking at this for the next several months for sure. That's a long way out. 2.64. Yesterday was 2.66. It was almost exactly 101. 101. RSI is pretty cooked. 73. I'm a little tired, man. This thunderstorm last night was crazy. 3 o'clock at night, like like whoa, it kind of one of those is gonna wake you up from like what the hell happened? Like you feel like the sky just fell on your roof or something. Plus in the nighttime you got so much echo because everything is so quiet. Um, you gotta watch this one. Oh, it rejected. So it was up there. It came down again. So when you have, it happens a lot because sure, let's say you have a rotation that goes like this, but it's supposed to go like this, right? Because we're going clockwork, sorry, clockwise. And then what happens is that when the rotation kind of goes like this, it turns back down like this. It happens a lot. It's just when the price just has no momentum and not enough buyers to push the price up. When it rotates back like this, those are the rotations are the good ones because the next time when it rotates out, it's gonna go. Because the point is you're not going this way, coming back down like this, and then going back here. You don't make a full clockwise, the full clockwork right there around in one single quadrant from one to another. You know, the point is for this to go like this over time. That's the full complete circle around the universe. Yeah, these, so you can filter them. I mean, like this one right there is supposed to. Depends how it goes. I mean, I'm just drawing a random line. That's how it's supposed to run. I mean, if it catches up more higher move, and then it will create more distance. It will be just kind of pushing you away from the benchmark. So further away it is from the benchmark, more bigger the move you're gonna get. Well, we don't know. That's why we watch every day. We see how the rotation is forming. You know, so this is why we don't want to be in these kind of dead names. I mean, this one popped on the news. I mean, these are just Meta. I took it because Meta moves. It's still out this way. So I hunt for these names from here. Netflix is down here. See, just EA is improving. This is the one we should. I think we talked about it last year. And got a mean reversion signal here. Sentiment is trying to improve. 550, 200. Looks like some sort of a round bottom. And that's your main line right there. That's the area I gotta just back testing it. This area is very this because this whole thing is gonna act as a pretty strong support because this is where it took the biggest punishment to the downside. So over time has made its way up, but it hardly gained any upside after the breakup. And it's just chopping right. It needs to make room to the upside from here. So it's just price is just circling around here for now. If the price started to break like this, meaning that to break the 50, yeah, you're gonna have a little bit of a larger correction. So you're gonna take this move, project it from this high, play the measured move back to the downside. So you're gonna have a bigger room. And you really don't want to lose this zone. That just is gonna this entire thing right there is gonna become a little challenge, You need to make room to the upside when after a breakout, after a recovery. So that's how you form those pivots. These are, I think I showed you this thing before. This is where's my pivot? That's my pivot box. Where did it went? Here. Pivot for like 20 bar. 20 bar is really good. So the work is like and draw 20 bar pivot, high and low. That's it. That's where the stock trades in between. So you just attack one pivot to another. can just do it on, can throw a number in a count, and then that's your pivot signal. As soon as the price breaks above the pivot, that's the signal fires right there. Just gives you the right there. That's the breakout. So I think there's a lot. I don't know who. I don't know many traders. I think there's some traders that trade the pivot lines, and you don't want to break the pivot of 20 bars. That's the ideal settings for the daily. Um, you just trade. The stock is going to trade between the pivot and the pivot zone until it breaks and makes a new one. See, that's an AMD right there. It has a high pivot right there at 186 that we're looking at. See, it has low pivot all the way down here, 76. So it's, I think any, whatever sort of a little choppy looking pullback, it should end up going back up. You just do it on any. See, that's your pivot line right there. It calculates exactly 20 bars from the last pivot, and then it forms a new one. And it stays there until it makes another one. See? That's a high pivot right there. That becomes a pivot right there. See? There's so many ways that you can trade. I'm a little crazy because I'm just like always finding ways around to filter and look for trades, you know? They're just, I mean, it depends on the style. Like, what do you like the most, you know? And then you sit and learn. Well, then you can learn, which is good. You can get all the information from my side, from Ask Chat GPT, this and this. But this damn back testing, that takes whatever. You know, that takes you months and months to actually see like, okay, well, is this is the strategy that I wanted to adopt from now on, and what are the actual results? Writing a script, I can write it. What's the big deal? Tell me what you want to see. I can write a script for you. But writing a script and throwing these signals on them, okay, fine, you have them. What is a real result? You know, for how long have you tested that? That time right there is just. Well, this is what I was doing before because I was focused on swings and Elliott wave for a long time, but I was working these on behind the scenes because I had that mindset like I'm tired of this charting. I just want to plot things like this, quick, you know. Give me this. Let the conditions meet the criteria where the condition is going to get applied. If it gives me the signal, I'm good. I'm gonna put the money in. You know, it just I mean, I'm show you a few things like how fast these scans runs on 500 stocks. I can do this when the market is open. That's how I can find fresh signals, rotation, and it just there's so many ways that you can trade. You can just simply take pivot to pivot. Like just look at the breakout right there. All you gotta do is just mark the high of that pivot, and you have a low and you have a high. If you're bullish, if the trend is up, you target the pivot number. Any breakout from there, I can always project the upside for you. That's not a problem. See right there, every time you got look at that pivot breakout, massive, huge bar. See all these bars right there were lower, right? And then until this. That's what you got the volume confirmation breakout right there. See what the Tesla. The Tesla pivot was 367 as you break out. Bigger the stock is, like, it's gonna more trades in the pivot area, and then eventually when the price is gonna pick up, either depends, it goes up or it can comes back down, it's gonna break that pivot number. You know? And thought I had him on the daily chart as Palantir. Obviously, the higher the pivot is 190. Took a 25% plunge to the downside. Now it's moving back up 29%. So now it's approaching the pivot. Now it's going to break out. Well, then it needs to make room to the upside. Yeah. No low pivot yet. All the way down here. Hasn't formed a pivot yet. Um, then I'm going to show you can read here. What is a pivot? A pivot is a charting is simple. It's simply a swing high or a swing low. A spot where price changes direction. Trader use pivot to identify structure, support, resistance, and trend shifts. 10 bar pivot. A 10 bar pivot means you look at the rolling window of 10 bars on your chart. A pivot high forms if the highest high in that 10 bar window is the middle bar and all the bars before after it have a lower high. Maybe you're gonna learn all this first if you will understand how the swing works. Then you can get yourself step up to these pivot highs and bars. It's all based on that swing structure, what I have it there. So you look for a 10 bar, the rolling window. So you have 10 trading days. Okay. It takes 10 trading days. So shorter you can, if you want to make five, I mean, that will gives you a lot more pivot. You can have a faster turnaround. Okay. So you can change this thing into I had them at this is a 20. So for 20, can do a 10, 20 is the same thing. So look what, instead of 20, you look for 20 versus 10 versus 20. So as a 10 bar, you look for a 10 rolling bars, candles on your chart, the pivot high forms, the highest high. That's the highest high right there. Okay. And then in that 10 bar window, the middle bar and all the bars before after have a lower high. A pivot low forms in the lowest low in the 10 bar window in the middle bar and all the bars before after it having a higher low. In the short pivot high 10 bars, peak where the price is the highest compared to the 5 bar left and bar right, low from the bar left to right, so it goes opposite. Why it matters, structure mapping identifies swing points to draw trend lines or zones. Wave count use an Elliott Gann framework for measuring swings. Breakout retest confirm when the prior pivot is broken or defended. On a daily chart, if a number 6 in your 10 bar window makes a lowest low and all 5 bars before plus 5 bars after have a higher low, that's a 10 bar pivot low. So it calculates it. Well, I have it scripted. So it calculates every bar every day. So it's all scripted. So it's once the 10 bar or 20 bar will form, it will tell you exactly where the pivot line is, what the pivot high is, pivot low is. Trader like you, trader Traders like you on Elliott wave and fib extension love 10 bar pivot because they filter out noise and clean gives you a cleaner swing points than a zigzag alone. So very great way to identify. I have them. I look at them. I think well, I probably moved it here. But there you go. Now every chart I'm gonna open is gonna have the pivot high, pivot low. Oh, UPS type. Price will eventually will come back to this to the pivot one way or another. See it breaking out AXP. Little dotted line. That's the low right there. You can make like this is 20. I can do. It gives you a swing trading is all about finding more alpha. Okay. Either the conditions that you apply to any script is gonna give you more signals. Your chances of the signal to be the for signal to fail will rises up significantly higher because you're looking for quick turnaround. If you kind of leave it a little bit more room for actually the price to kind of breathe, kind of gives a much better look to the over, because that's just a different way. Like I can make this thing 10 and then the same turnaround is happening now after 20 we'll start doing 10. So you can change it, depends what you like. You can do make it 5 pivot as well. So it doesn't really it doesn't matter. So you just got Apple here at 216, but these are great alpha trades because you see the swing was down, right? You see this line right there from red turns green. See the pivot right there that confirms the breakout. So you have a swing confirmation breakout along with the pivot. That's the excellent confirmation right there for you. You know, when the price breaks, that line turns either red to the downside or is going to turn green to the upside from the pivot number. I had done all of these stocks here, whatever. Eli Lilly is a sandwich trade now. It's between 50 and 200. Eli Lilly low is this one. I think I did on the earnings. High pivot is 820. So it's a wide range. I mean, we can do a full filter breakout. We don't have to go through one by one. Do I have a scan here? No. Here. So we can do 20 bar pivot scan on the 500 stocks. Let's do a 10 bar. There you go. I mean, 100 is it's gonna be crazy stocks. 500 is just too much. You change this thing to 20. Yeah, it's showing. Mm. Let's see. showing full results, not scanning right. Can't have 100 stocks. Oh, it doesn't. I need to apply a condition where it's actually looking for a breakout because it's pulling all 100 stocks. Of 100 is 100 results back. Yeah, it's not scanning. You're looking. I thought I had the script of that breakout. So much stuff sitting there, man. Lower bar scan, outside, REG, swing direction. No, might have to low alpine low. Yes, your 20 air. 20 per, yeah, there you go. This one. Thought I had it. There you go. Now it's gonna work. Do a full 500 scan. That's it. Seven results. Now let's take a look. Jeez, come on. Watch this. There you go. See, yesterday got the pivot breakout. Right there. So these are the only stocks. Either they got a breakout yesterday or to the downside. ABT, do labels here. That's it. This to the downside. Okay. This is to the downside. This is to the downside. That's a third attempt. Upside. That all happened yesterday. Is a yesterday bar. Because I filter it that way. That's one to the upside. You can change this thing, how many did for the week. These are all the names that did it for the week. ADBE, AXP, Intel, for sure, they got a big pop. Jacobs is Micron and Wells Fargo. So they all went up at 20 bar pivot break. So there's one, there's so many ways. I mean, I can 20 different strategies. I know a lot. It just, I've learned a lot over the years. That's all. Doesn't, um, just, this is another one. See, this is the called 2 bar. We're looking for 3 bars, right? For swing to turn direction. So what you're looking for is you're trying to find 2 bars and you're looking for a third bar for swing to turn up. So what I mean by that is this. Now let's say go back to 500, 2 bar high scan, run this. Here's your scan. Okay, 124 stocks. Okay. Shows like this. Now what we need to do is we need to go to a swing count. These are tight stop loss plays that you can just filter and just play it for just for one session. Okay. So let's do this. Let me show you this here. So what we are doing is this. We need 3 bars, right? That's the rule because we're following a 3 bar swing. So 3 bar swing is when it turns the direction, either to the up or down. So the one it has 0 on them up until here, they're all swings are down, but they're up for 2 days. So they're looking for a third day, okay, for turn the direction. So the trade is this, okay? Yeah, let me do this. See better and do up, down. So the one is gonna be the value of one, the value of two. We're not focused on the ones that are already up, okay? They already have multiple two, three, four, five, like this stock right there already has one, two, three, four, five higher bars. So the all swings are already up on that one. What you're trying to do, you're trying to look for the ones that are already down, but they're up for 2 days. But they're looking for that third bar. Okay? So you do a high, do a low, label this. So you'll know exactly where the high is and where the low is. Okay? So now let's say this stock. Now this stock low is 164. You don't worry about anything else. Okay? Now you have 1 bar, 2 bars. In order for this now, which is Monday, it has to go up here to print up a third bar. If the price breaks, takes out this bar low on Monday, it means that you don't have the third bar. So your trading is directional based on a third bar to take out the second bar high. Then this line will go up like this because it's looking for three. We only have two so far. So I scripted this thing. It only filters two where the two has formed so far, and then we're looking for a third one. So this one, see, got two. So on whatever the start train. So on Monday, it needs to break 408.67. And where do you set your stop loss? 402.28. That's your stop loss. That's the target that you're trying to take on Monday. It's like a 1 day trade. You can hold it overnight, or you can just take them during the session. All you're trying to target is the previous day high, as long as you have the two higher bars. Because now, right now, the swing is already down, right? In order for a swing to turn up, you need three, but you have two so far. So you're betting on a third one. I wouldn't say, I mean, it's a technical trades which has the downswing, but you're looking for a higher swing to swing to turn directions. You see, you got a one here, one here. So that's Friday bar, yesterday bar, Thursday was up. So that's two. And then you need one more. And then this line will go like this. You got RCL. Whoa, this probably formed the bottom here. Huge pin bar, outside bar. That's a crazy reversal bar. Took quite a bit of beating as well. So you got two, one and two. Outside bar counts. See, two here. NVDA two. NVDA swing is down, needs one more. So NVIDIA on Monday needs 178.08. If it breaks below 175.18, that means then no, the swing is still down. It's the same thing here. 1, 2, look at the third one. If the stock gaps up, if you bought something at the close, and if the stock gaps up like this, yes, that's the luck of a draw, and then you got a huge payout if any news can break out after 2 days. Because what it is like it's trying to look for a third higher bar. And you betting on a third higher bar to form and go up. That's the trade. And then you set a stop loss right at the bottom of that bar right there. It's a candle bar, same thing. So you have two here. Outside bar count as one, and then two, and then you look for a third one. So these, whatever is down is the ones they have two so far. They're looking for on Monday, they'll be looking for a third to go up. You know, I've taken few trades. Just, I trade my son's account. Something, I don't trade anything heavy because it's like a $10,000 account that I'm trying to grow. I'm up to like 14 something right now. So I take these trades on his account just to play a one session, um, like, two contract trades. That's why. So I do on this on his account, run a scan here to see which one has two and take a shot, set up a stop loss right in the bottom and see if we can get a third one. So it's a pretty nice kind of like a intraday trades, that you can play. The same thing we can do here, that we can flip this thing to the downside. So it's the same thing. Now we're gonna do is we're gonna flip this. Now these ones, 173. So now we're looking for lower bars. First we're looking for higher bars. Now we're looking for lower bars. Now we flip them. It doesn't mean all of them is gonna be. We're gonna filter it. Now we're gonna go with swing. Then we're gonna see which one is up, which one is down. I can one has a little view of this. First is green. Now this one has how about this one? Now there. Now these ones were so the ones that we did here is down that we're looking up because we need a third bar, correct? To turn the direction of the swing up. In this case, we're looking up, okay? So we're focused on the upswing, trying to see if the swing won't turn down, okay? Let me show you this. Now these swings, which are up, they're up. This one right there is down. You're betting to the upside because you want the swing to turn up on a third day. So your direction here is bullish. The direction here is bullish as well. What you're trying to do now is you're trying to see if this swing right there, okay, has two bars, because as soon as it's going to get the third bar, the direction of the swing is going to turn down. So in this case, now let's say this one, you see, has two bars. So in this case, now if you want to make a bullish bet on this one, you want to make sure this low holds, okay? And you're looking for a one more pop right back above the prior high because it already has two bars. It has one more bar is going to open on Monday to the downside. The swing direction will turn down. Okay, you saving this swing here in this, okay? And you try to turn the swing up here. That's the side-by-side comparison. I know it's probably sound a little confusing for you, but I'm trying to explain the best as I can. Here, you're trying to save the swing because you're already down 2 days. One more day is down because after three like this. 1, 2, 3. See, swing turns down, then 4. And then from there, you got 1, 2, 3. You got 3 bars. Swing turns back up. Here you go. So in this case right there, so you got 1 here, 2 here, so 2 bars up, and you took a bet using this stop loss. Look how damn close you were. And then you end up making a new high. That's your trade. But as long as you hold this low, as soon as that low is gonna take, then it doesn't count because you need 3. You already have 2. So these are the trades you can. These are like, yeah, we're on this one. So these ones you see 2 down, 2 down, Walmart 2 days down. These are all have swing up. So you're trying to save that swing. As soon as it's gonna get the third day, see, they're all gonna have 2 now. Is filter. This is the beauty of Optima, like this kind of a advanced scripting. How to filter, like how to write a script, apply it, run a scan, and then you look for opportunities. That's what these trades are. I mean, this is not bearish charts, but all you're trying to say, like, okay, well, if this 3 days down, yeah, the swing direction is going to turn down. That's all. So this thing will fall right back down here to the down one. These are already down. You see, all of these ones are down. One by one, we can go. Jeez. See, so it's going to show right there, swing down. As soon as the tile right there turns green, it means green. So you don't have to look anything. It's already here. It tells you exactly which one is up and which one is down. See, AMT right there is up. Watching this one got two down days. So AMT, I cannot believe this stock is first of all, it's so goddamn choppy. Other than it's like it's not moving. The rate cut is such a rate sensitive stock. It should help. The rate should help this company, but we'll see. So you got 200 here, 199 here for this swing. So that's your upside zone. Well, it already has 2 down. So now on Monday, it better hold 192.09, which is the Friday low. See if it can break above 194.63. That could save this swing right there that is trying to go up, So it just was working opposite. Same thing here, Costco. See, Costco swing is up. The down days, inside day, instead of having another one, so you got the pop. Then got outside day, lower day, got another pop. You see, you got 2 days, doesn't get the third one. Price is always gonna fight that third day the most. If it already has either 2 days down or it's gonna have 2 days up. Mark my word. The third day, either 2 down bars on the upswing or 2 higher bars on the downswing is gonna have the most battle on a third day because that's where the swing turns direction. Where you're gonna see the most action. You see 3 down here, then you get the third massive reversal bar. So it's the same thing here. So you got 1, 2, right? 3. You're just counting 3 in either direction. You have 2 already. So you're just betting on a third bar. That's the trade. These are very short, depends on how good like how far the high is and how is the low. Like these are like 2-3 point trades, I mean, it pays. If you're right, you're right. But they're like directional bet just for a day. you know, just one day you're gonna have an answer. Either you made a new higher bar or you either end up making a new low. And then you end up making made a new low. So one day trade, by the end of the day, you're gonna have your answer. The beauty is if the stock gaps up, yeah. I mean, those are, you don't really have to, you will know what the by the close, by the last half hour or so, like how the bar has formed for the day. If it's you only got two, and so like, okay, I'm willing to bet on a third one, and that's the trade. And you see like, okay, what's the next one? You can just got two inside here. Oh, that's gonna the tight one. These are very rare. I did these ones here as well. I have that double doji ones. What did I do? Yeah, double doji pattern. Ooh, got electronic. This thing is gonna pop. Yeah, these are very all these yeah, see yeah, these are called two double dojis. It's a very rare patterns right there. Electronic arts. God, I think it's choppy for the whole week. Non-stop dojis. There are four of them this week. One Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Thursday, 4 days. It's 5 days for the whole week. So there are three of them. Look, oh my God, this is crazy. All four dojis for the whole week. I have some. I haven't put the other ones. I got a list of scripts that I wrote over the years. I'm just showing you some basic stuff. Nothing. See any go signal? NVIDIA got a go signal yesterday. Interesting. Change it here. Yeah. Oh, choppy. No go and go. NVIDIA needs another one more higher bar. So it has a pretty good chance if this signal fires here, NVIDIA might make a 178. It needs this. You see, it's down now. It needs this one more bar. So this thing just, I'm just looking at this as, look at this one. Arc here, arc here. There you go. I mean, the patterns actually forms on the bottom of the chart. Okay, that's just the real definition for it. But just to looking at like these are pretty much all measured swings. See, down in a 8.5, up 9.3, down 6 days, up 6 days, down 5 days, 11, up 4 days, 10, down 4 days, 6.69. This is not a bearish chart. See how close and measured these swings are from the high. So if this thing is gonna Got a double top here. God, NVIDIA had a double top? I didn't even know that. Look at this, 184.47 compared to 184.48. Like a penny. NVIDIA rotation looks good. Might take a swing on NVIDIA next week. It's gonna fight that Monday anyway, so it needs the third bar. Because right now the direction is down. I know that. Swing direction is down. So it needs to fight this 178.80. 178.80. Yeah, upside here is 180, 180, 185. That would be the upside trade setup. 180, 185. This is a double top. I think it's got to break. It's just a matter of time now. I'm just trying to see. Where do we have? This one took a large beating to the downside. That's a double top right there. Look at this. Yeah, this stock is another one. Yeah, this stock has a freaking history of a double top, man. Yeah. 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 Oh yeah, this is why this stock does it all over and over again. It forms a double top liquidity trap up on the top. Everybody trying to chase that one. Rug pull. See, these are all rug pulls. Everybody's trying to play the double top. And if you notice, most of the time the price ends up going down, not up. Then makes its way up to the upside right there. Look at that. How many I found just now? I gotta dig more. I'm pretty sure I can find more. Here's another one. Right there. You'll know where the prior swing high was, then it's set back, and then it made the swing, and then you see how it turns down. It took out the previous swing low. So there's a tons of them. There's once a stock has a history of forming double top and do the rug pull, it's gonna do it over and over again. It's just the personality of that stock. At the end they always talk about that every stock has its own personality. It's true. I agree. There's certain stocks will just has a very, I mean, stock is making higher highs. Don't, I mean, well, no, not here. We're doing way far. From here, I mean, oh, what I'm looking at. Oops, I went that far. Okay, okay. Let's see for a second. I'm not gonna go that far. You got a perfect double top right there, and then you have one here. So the last time, let's see. 13, 11, 8, 13, 8.5, 9, 11, 9. So they got a double top, first pull. Let's see what there's got to be a 78.6 right there. Yeah, 78.6. That's what I thought. Hang on, I'll explain to you what I mean. 78.6 right there. Okay. 78.6. Double top. The best part about NVIDIA is this stock works best with fibs. I don't think people really know much about. Look at this. You know what I'm doing here? Look what happens here. You put a top here. Swing was down. So what you're looking for is a double top to form. So when the double top formed, right, price rejected, trying to make its way up, and it gets where? To 78.6. And then a 78.6 from this double top that what everybody is trying to chase to break this double top, it does the rug pull. Okay. So what you're looking at here is two double tops, 78.6 rejection after the double top, not you trying to force this one. No, those two. Now what we're gonna do here, this the same thing. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna take a same double top, mark them. This is the same 78.6. You see how the price backed off? Because this is exactly the same thing. What has happened here, right here. Double top is 78.6 rejection. Double top is 78.6 rejection. Okay. So this zone, the swing is down. The only positive right now, it has a go signal, which is fine as the indicator signal. The RG look is starting to, it's lagging, it's trying to form that hook. So it has a pretty good chance that it can make its way up, but it needs to turn the direction up to the upside. It's gonna be, I'm gonna watch this one closely on Monday to see if we can the previous two times, well, that one we had a pretty sharp sell-off. See, it took a huge leg down. This one had a gap. This one we got this. Now we're up for 2 days. It looks like a W. And this is kind of it's range bound. I mean, if you would have asked me, just I mean, looking at the price, there is absolutely no way that thing looks bearish. Even I mean, the swing is down, yeah, taking a bit of a breather. What is so bearish about this stock? False breakout. Look at the top, look at the bottom. 168, 184. It's not a bearish looking chart. If you want to make a bull case, just do it that way. Extend it out. Connect this high to this high. That's where the swing turn direction, right? And then you take this low to this low. What you're trying to do is just trying to see if you can squeeze the breakout. For this, you need volume confirmation. How are we looking here? Got a mean reversion sell signal. It had a buy. It went here and pulled back, which because it gapped up, that's the problem. That low right there. Now it has a mean reversion signal, which must stay below 180.28. And it needs a third bar on Monday. So we're going to watch this one. We watch this one on Monday. We're not forced anything yet. So it's funny that go signal is here. This has a mean reversion since 916, even the fact the price is right back where it was. Let's see what happens. Gotta wait on Monday. We'll have an answer. See, too close back and forth as well. So sentiments are neutral. Stock is trading above. Bullish 5200. NVDA is not really. I mean, it's like for the month. Look, it's up like 1.43% for the month. It's up for like it's up like 31% for the year. It's not a really high performer. Like, I mean, Netflix is okay, 37, 32, Microsoft 22, NVIDIA 31, Google. Look at that. Google is kicking NVIDIA ass right here. Man, Google is, I think we, we got pretty lucky on the entry. I don't know if you guys still have it, but but I think Google is a very good buy. This one and the Broadcom. I think I got lucky on those two entries for sure. I picked up really, really nice entries on those. Um, Amazon, that's a deadbeat. That is a deadbeat. Remember, um, I told you this thing before. See? I said, remember this. No Mag 7 stock will be down for 3 quarters in a row. Neither does any ETF. Write that thing down on a piece of paper, put my name on it. Price is price on a chart. You can, if you know how to study a data, you can be long a certain sector or a stock strictly just based on data. No other price action, nothing. Just buy that thing, but you play for the whole quarter. So we're talking leaps because this is the 3 month 3 months of data that you're looking at. So you have to buy basically 9 months out leap, or you can do 1 year, right? 9 months is good enough. You because all you try to do is play and play 1 quarter. And end of the second quarter, right at the money. It's going to be 50 delta. Let's go a little bit, probably another strike down, 40 delta by a leap for the whole quarter. It's going to have that earning. It's going to have setback because it already been down for 2 quarters. It's going to raise way up. But the third quarter is going to be positive. That's what I will tell you that. It doesn't happen that often. It's very rare for Mag 7 or a sector to be down for I mean it's I would say like nearly impossible for a Mag 7 stock because there's such a huge market cap companies and the overall sector which tracks so many big names can be down for 3 quarters in a row. Mm-mm. Two is a gift. It comes into a play. Yeah, Apple had it. None of them other the see Netflix under pressure because it was up for 2 quarters. Now it's down 5 for this month for the quarter. Yeah, I don't. This Q4 is going to be a very interesting. I don't know why. Just there's few things that I'm watching and looking at timing wise and stuff. It just, I don't know. Everybody's gonna have, s- you know, Santa rally and this and that. Those rallies never happens anymore. Those days are gone. Yeah, what? Yeah, Santa rally last year? Hell no. I wanted to work on consumer staples. You see right there on the screen. Yeah, I want to play a consumer staples for Q4. I know these are the stocks there because of, I don't know, inflation or tariffs or whatever the case is. Yeah, we gotta play a little bit of defensive side. I actually had a Rebecca Patterson, the woman I always see on the CNBC yesterday. Yeah, she was even talking about putting exposure into utilities. She's trying to play a little more defensive. Um, you can do utilities already up 12%. I'm not really looking for any utilities because in first it is a defensive sector. It's already up 3 straight quarters in a row. I don't have a very good feeling about that. But I would bet on XOP for the Q4. And we'll see what happens. What do we have in XOP? These names. Which are the ones? Celsius is the one that is moving in Monster, Estee Lauder, Walmart, Kroger, Coca-Cola, Costco. I mean, we're just looking at the top names. Bleach is 25. Philip Morris is good. Walgreens, Montreal, Arch, Hershey's 12. Mondelez 6. I gotta go through them one by one to see how the heck they look like. But this is the one that I would be interested um in Q4. I'll play the rest of the signals here, there, you know. But why do I have the explanation mark? Because there's something that is missing. I have all the names here. Yeah, PM looks good. Hang on, I'm gonna go weekly. Yeah. You see there's a lot of beat up names in the weekly RG. They're just gonna, this is what I would bet on this sector on Q4. I'm gonna go through weekly and a bigger time frame to play the full quarter. I would do change this SLP. What the heck is that? My utilities. Yeah, see, there's nothing yet. Oh no, I'm not. Hang on, I'm running a different scan. B consumer staple one, this, nothing on daily. Yeah, yeah, nothing yet. Yeah, the rotation looks terrible right now, you know. See if anything is improving. No, 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 I gotta change this. One, within a weekly time frame. Hmm. Yeah, I want to pick up like a few names. I gotta go back to the weekly time frame too. It's gonna be a long trade, so you gotta be super patient. CLX is under pressure. I go, there you go. So you got a buy signal here on the bleach. God damn, the stock took us such a crazy beating. Oh my God. Yeah. CB. I'll find an order. It only has a buy signal. Um, Some of these weeklies are working really good. Choppy on a smaller time frame. The mean diversion. They're not a very high ATR stocks to keep that thing in mind. Okay. Don't expect like a 10, 15 point move. They're like deadbeat. They're like these trades crawl like a turtle. So we're under pressure. Smucker. Nice run. Um, we'll see. I mean, the top names are always those with the got Celsius here, Monster Beverage, Pan 7 Swing, Estee Lauder is Walmart, backed up on the pivot. Oh no, there's not a pivot. It's different bars. Right there, the peak. Kroger is up 7%. Yeah, that reversal after 11 swing. The higher the swing is gonna get, definitely gonna get a hit hard one day. Costco just too choppy because I know it's just some sort of a nasty triangle, man. This thing is just contracting day by day, you know? Oh, those are the dive. I've traded that stock a few times. It's been a this has been a good trade. I don't know. I think I've traded like twice, I believe, if I remember. This stock has been good to me though. Took a pretty beating down here. There's a those huggy diapers. PG. Like something to watch. Going down here now. It's just it's a kind of that's a tough one. I just rather just buy the ETF itself. This time might do an ETF, pick like one stock, one or two. This Pepsi is okay. Stock is look at this stock. This did it ever go up? It's on the 11 swing, man. This thing make his way out. They did those three split company that was just Warren Buffett is invested in this stock. General Mills, look at all these go signals. They're fighting left and right. Wow. It's trying to form some sort of a bottom. With everything I need mine. And mine triggered here. General Mills might be due for a bounce. Stock look like what's it called? GIS. Yeah, I need to invalidate this high. 5098. It's close. I think it's gonna take it out. A lot of volume came in yesterday. Big spike in the volume. Dude, the stock moves like 0.98 ATR. These are not a very big, huge mover. Keep that thing in mind. You gotta be super duper like patience to play this sector. You know, they're the only ones that you could find more alpha and like, Costco, like these stocks, pretty big. Almost why? Why? What happened? Okay. So then this one right there, the Costco, it's too range bound. I'm watching, I'm looking at them every day, but it's just it's too tight the way this thing is trading right now. Yeah, not a very clean set. I try and defend this 200 plus this 50 sitting up here. It's just nice. It's just see now it's below 550 and 200. It's very choppy. Okay, I think we're done. I'm tired. Probably gonna go take my nap. Late for an hour. Okie dokie. Oh, I got some. I didn't even check the. You have some. Didn't see. I didn't even look at those messages. Ins. There's a sell signal higher up on the top. I'll watch that one. Let's not have. Gotta watch this 86.94. It's been taking a breather. You see this, he moved to the upside. It's just sideways. Didn't see showed I think I'm just looking at these comments now. It has no nothing here. Doesn't have any candle pattern. It's the one. It's gonna be eventually set back with some sort of a second swing. It looks good. If you need anything else, I'll just do this. That's your 78.6. That's your decision point right there. Watch this one. 86.86. Okay. Swing is up. You got 3, 4, 4 bars up. You want to look at the rotation. Do yeah, this is bad. This is not a good sign here. Um, yeah, it's got a nice big run. Stock is up 25% year to date. Not bad. IWM now has a triple top. Yeah, just doing a simple ABC move to be below the whole thing. So you got a high here, another high now. So the best to look at them on a yeah. So the third time is a charm. 244.46, 244.98, 245.57. That's a triple top right there. If triple top breaks, you know, so what does it look like? Tech takes a breather, then IWM gets that breakout. Because we've been tracking this from the beginning of the month. Remember this rotation was here 2 weeks ago, so when we started the month. I remember talking about oh the September is so this and this and that. This rotation was here. And I even said this thing to you. I was like, watch XLK. And we're starting on the new month, which is September. Remember, I said it because I was like, rest of them are, you see the way everything is, but look where the XLK, I was like, XLK is in a lagging quadrant, looking to rotate out, making a bearish case, but technically the whole world is bearish because September has been such a down month, the last 50 plus years. So look where the technology is going. Now, what I'm thinking is this is strong. Okay. Look at what everything else is, you know? And this deadbeat right there, this is actually right there that I am looking to play into a Q4. I got a little bit of kind of work on them. Um, it will eventually make this way move back to the upside. So you're buying a ETF which is down for 2 quarters in a row. And I wouldn't I don't think it's gonna be down for third in a row. So we're gonna bet on XLP stocks. Not all of them, but we're gonna cherry pick the the few names. We can do some shares. Um, do some. I can like we can do half shares, half option position, just whatever. So we're gonna. Some of these names can pop on earnings. That would be nice, you know. So that would give the stock a good boost. So we'll see. I don't think too far. I need to look it up. So this is strong. Communication here is this where you have Netflix, Meta, and Google. Google is a strong one. Meta we already played. I'm watching to see if you can buy Meta again. Netflix is good. but it's taken a breather after 2 quarters. Remember, it's down 5% this quarter. So that is this. This is where the Tesla and Amazon is. Man, this real estate with the rate cut is just not helping, you know. Industrial is the one to watch. I'm watching few names. This one, Boeing is just disaster right now. With financials, energy now, healthcare, United Healthcare. I think somebody was asking me, got a sell signal now, so it's taking a bit of a breather. Right there, 349, 351. They gotta watch 351.71. It made its way up. So 351.71. Been puking for 5 days in a row. It's it's a it's a sandwich trade now here. So this is your zone. You're not gonna break 200 easily after taking a 60% plunge to the downside. Yeah, there's no way you're gonna break that one before any sort of a. It's just a sandwich trade right now. The move from the low, whoever has it, fine. But for now, is that's your range right there. Okay. Large cup and handle pattern. Where I'd want. You know, look at that close. I don't know. I wanna make a cup. It's gonna be pretty. You can make this, but this cup is going all the way here. They usually be better. Like normally the handle retraces near close to 50%, not all the way down to 78.6. That doesn't matter. I mean, you still got triple top swings that are still up. I don't know if the growth here value is not growth. See, Russell 2000, it's just so damn difficult to get a good read on the market. It's just growth, which is up 19%, 7.5 value. I don't know if IWM is ready to rip, or the other thing you can think of is this growth eventually or at some point will start to rotate out. Is this when the small cap will catch the leg, you know? And see, thing is, I mean, look, I understand everything. It looks so damn bullish and this and that, but the last 4 weeks, I don't know how much price do you guys watch, but this is a 1 month of price action. Keep that thing in mind. 1 month, you know? I understand that the market is is making new highs. I totally get that. But this entire 1 month that we're just trading in, which is September, this is not a healthy sign. That's all I can tell you. Okay. This is not good. So you have on a weekly basis, then you have it on a daily basis, you have more decliners than the advances. It's some of these things just has to, you need this with this. This is the healthy sign right there. This is what you want to see. Here, here, not this. Something is starting to weigh off. Yeah, this is for the whole week. This right there, just I mean, like when you look at something, it has to make sense, right? Most of the people who are short this market are the ones who's thinking that they're missing out on a big, massive run. But at the same time, when you look at the stock, most of the stocks are declining, but there are few names that are moving. What the ones that are moving makes you looks like the S&P is making new highs, and those are the ones that are doing all the work. They're few, but you have larger percentage is low is pushing down. I hope you see the difference. But being on those stocks, the ones that are actually moving is the ones that are is where the reward is. So you technically from the last 4 weeks, you just cherry picking stocks. This is absolutely not a broad rally. If this number wouldn't be at 350 plus or so, fine. You can say like, okay, hey, you know what? At least there's more advances than the decliners. That's just not the case. Anybody can, like, you could be off by a week. Worst case, you can be off by 2 weeks. But you're talking about 1 month. I mean, we're trying to pace. I mean, we're trying to like, squeeze trades here and there, but those are just strictly pure signals. You know that. I mean, I'm just, and we're doing fine. I hope you'll be okay this month. This is all new stuff. I know some of you probably like where Mo is going now with these, but I'm pretty like, a lot of you guys are starting to get used to it, have more confidence. This is me. That's it. This is the way I want to trade, and this is what is going to be continued. I'm not going anywhere. My hunt is going to be on, like I always do. RRG signal, I'm in. It goes my way, fine. It goes come and bite me. I'll go find another one. I'm just gonna be keep moving. That's just the way I'm not handpicking stocks. I'm not taking somebody's opinions. I strictly trade what I see. That's it. That's all I trade. I know exactly where to put a stop loss. I know exactly like where to buy the entry. So the stocks that the trades we're in, well, we have reasons to be in. Rotation looks good. Buy signal is in. Stop loss is in. We'll see what the zone. You see, I have a plan. I have the setup. This is what I want to do. If it goes my way, fine. It rewards me. If it goes against me, well, I'm not gonna cry a river. But the point is, like, if you scroll up, and we've been going through, I mean, we're not ending the month. Basically, all the trades from September down, you can look it up how we doing. And every single one of them is the signals that we've been taking. So you get to decide either you want to risk $1,000, you want to risk a $1,500 per trade, you want to risk a $2,000 per trade. But I will make sure that that 2,000 or a 3,000 or a $4,000 worth of a debit that you will pay will not gonna go to zero because we're gonna set a stop loss. Okay, so just we have. I don't think I'm posting anything that it doesn't say where the stops are and where the swing will go. Like I think we've been managing pretty good. We have few stoppage, very few, I would say, compared to all the winners that we had. I would like, but I mean, it's just I do again. It's not have to go through page by page, and just go week by week. So this is this week. We trade recap. Then we can simply go back to Friday. That's the close trades for the pre last week, and then just go Friday close. I try to do Friday close right there. They're gonna be good. You have to be just trade what I trade. That's it. You don't have to jump from one page to another. And nobody's gonna tell me I don't trade enough. I think I trade and I take plenty of trades for a month. And my average is give or take around like 15 or so. So 15 signals, if I can 10 right, 500 a piece, it's a $60,000 a year on a $100,000 account. Just need to average $500 on a $2,000 debit. 60% growth on a $100,000 account. $100,000 account can be a 160 after a year. I'm super happy if I can produce 60 for the year. I think that 50 is excellent. 100 to make 50,000, 150,000, 50% return. It's huge. Market is up 12% for the year. You got 50% return. We jump in on the street. Yeah, I mean, oh, there are a few, again, there are a few names that definitely moving as app loving, right? First, it got added into the S&P 500 and it's just getting all the love now because it's trying to gain all the market cap. There's no news breaking out on this stock. Just on a monster run, 100% year to date. Huge spike yesterday on a bar. I traded 2 times the stock. It just didn't work for me, to be honest. It's just fine. Doesn't have my name on it. What can I do? What can we do? This EMR we got out of this trade last week, remember? We played this one. And look at that. Took a pretty sharp dive lower. It's a strong company. EMR watching. Yeah, but it's a little choppy right now. Don't want to touch it. It just took this initial leg down. Yeah, we closed that one. Yeah, like it's MasterCard and Visa. I've been watching Visa as well. Right there. See how damn choppy it is. They're too close. I hate it. It's just because the swings are so narrow and it's trying to find the entry, but it's just a very narrow swing. I always avoid these when they're too close, you know? I have to have a room when like something fires and how long it took. Just negative, neutral, neutral, negative. It just yeah, do this Adobe is I can see the stock going to 400 right there. That's a 200 EMA. It's above 50 now. I think it's gonna get to 400. I have a pretty good feeling. This one is you see on a weekly time frame as a buy as well right there. See, Adobe is it just this they reported good numbers. They just smoked everyone, right? And and now just making that late run move. It's okay. I got two leaps. I'm gonna just sit on them. Got plenty of time. So it'll get there to 400. It's gonna take what another month. That's fine. Got all the nothing to lose. Sit on those leaps. I'll hold it. You can make a Adobe is weekly, daily signal both buy. Yeah, that's strong. Not gonna DHR got a buy signal here. John, this is a tractor. It's very choppy. It's just fighting this 200 every day for the last like 2.5 weeks. Just count the number of bars 3, 6, 9, 12, 11, 12, like 14 days. Yeah, so 2 weeks. Just glued to this 200. Going through it. I'm watching this one, T-Mobile. Never traded that stock. It's a sandwich trade right now. It's between the 50 and 200. Yeah, so gonna see. If it triggers a buy signal, like there's a pretty big surge in the volume as well yesterday. So we're gonna see if stock is up 7% year to date, month five. Is this kind of a sandwich trade takes forever to break out, to be honest. When they get trapped between 50 and 200. This guy right there got a bit of a Broadcom got a sell signal here on Wednesday right there. So we need to watch 365. If you got a bit of a pop right there, I don't because you got a huge move. Um, giving back a little bit of money, it's okay. Do let's see how we end the month. A big pop right there. Let's see how we end this month, and then we'll start selling call Carisbirds. Just triggered here. 350, 344, 40. Yes. Dude, I bought this thing at like 192 when I sent the alert out. It was 192. The price was. Man, I wish I would have bought a lot, put more money into this. Yeah. Hmm. We got like almost $8,000 profit so far. Uh, okay. Yeah, I got 192 right around here. Here. So I was making this V reversal. I was like, you know what, this company is not right there. I got myself in. I sent the alert. I mean, I cannot see it now because more of you guys are here. So still in. I'm not. I don't know if Broadcom is coming down to 190 anytime soon. Yeah, we're gonna have a couple whipsaws. Okay, gonna manage. Not worried about that. So I gotta just see if yeah. Let me watch this thing by Monday and Tuesday and see if we can just try to sell call cutter spread up at the top, right there, somewhere around here. Yeah, just if it goes like this, that's fine. Okie dokie. Gotta go. Guys, never gonna leave me alone. All right, have a good rest of the day. I'm gonna gonna